He had had inappropriate conversations with them, talking about the D words, male D words, talking about seeing girls' private parts all the time at work, trying to get them to hit the vape. Keep in mind they were 11 and 10. He gave them 5-hour energy drinks to stay awake all night long. He kept them up all night. Oh, he told them that they could cuss is the other thing.
Just like always, we get these stories straight from TikTok. Yes, we did. This one is a touchy situation. Kids and them going to sleepovers. Yes. In this particular situation, a lot of things unfolded at some type of gathering where the kids were hanging out at and the kids spent the night or whatever the case may be. I don't know exactly what happened, but you know what I'm about to say. You're here with me. We are about to watch these videos. Go ahead and hit a like. We about to get it popping without further ado.
On December 30th, 2023, my daughter, who was 11 at the time, went to stay the night with one of her friends who was a distant cousin, her mom, who was a distant cousin, and a good friend of mine. So I thought they were staying at the mom's boyfriend's house, who I admittedly did not know, but he was a physician's assistant. I trusted the mother wholeheartedly. It was not the first sleepover with them. The mother is a nurse, and so I was just thinking, like, these people are entrusted with lives all the time and they're safe. Well, December 31st, 2023, my daughter started texting me, freaking out, wanting to come home. She said that she didn't feel safe. She just wanted to come home. It was because of where they were, the town, which is not very safe. It has a high crime rate. And so I went and got her. I drove really fast because I just had a really bad feeling that something wasn't right, but she continued to say that everything was fine. So the mother told me all kinds of crazy stories about what had supposedly happened with the family that was there. It was just really crazy. So then fast forward to January 5th, the mother called me and said that a sheriff had just came to her house to do a welfare check on our children, and that she had given them my number. And she also had other really odd off-the-wall stories to go along with why they would have came. She blamed it on her stepmother. She blamed it on other incidents. But she just continued to claim that nothing had happened. She knew nothing had happened. Well, I had just started a new job. So she was still out on Christmas break, and I went and picked her up from her friend's house. And I asked her if anything had happened. I told her that the cops had been at the mother's house, and they thought that something had happened, that the boyfriend had been inappropriate with the girls somehow, some way. And she just broke down crying and said that he had had inappropriate conversations with them, talking about the D words, male D words, talking about seeing girls' private parts all the time at work, trying to get them to hit the vape. Keep in mind they were 11 and 10. He gave them 5-hour energy drinks to stay awake all night long. He kept them up all night. So automatically, he told them that they could cuss is the other thing. But as soon as I had her okay, I called the mom and told her what my daughter had told me, because I was worried that she was probably with the boyfriend, and I was worried about this man having access to her daughters. And so this mom just acted like she was so distraught over this news. She apologized and just kept on apologizing. And I assured her that I did not think that she would purposely have her children around someone like that. And I called and checked on her. We talked a couple of more times. Well, then a detective called me and wanted me to bring my daughter into the gingerbread house, which is where they do the forensic interviews for any kind of SA, all of that. So when we got there, it was Brinley's stepmom, bonus mom, and myself, and then Brinley. So they took Brinley into a room to talk to her and do the forensic interview, and the detectives told Rachel and myself that they had received something that was pretty concerning from
She assumes that they're respectable people. They're well respected within the community. The lady is a nurse and her boyfriend is a physician. But it took quite a turn, right? This guy, he's talking to them, the kids, as if, you know, they're grown, and he's letting them cuss. He's letting them do all of this stuff, and they thinking like, this don't feel right. Kudos to the child for standing up and texting her mom and saying, hey ma, this don't feel right, me being over here. I think you might want to come over here. And you know what, we do want to be there for our kids through any situation, but we have to teach them discernment. We have to teach them before they get into a situation like that. Hey, contact mom. If there's anything that seems like it doesn't seem right, contact mom, contact dad, and we'll come to the rescue as soon as possible. She did a hell of a job, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a lot of people they on her head because I want to say they was like saying that she's a gullible mom, and when you come into contact with people, you're communicating with them, you feel like, okay, they seem like they're good people. Time goes by and you're like, I feel comfortable with this person. I invited them over my house. They seen my house. I'm that comfortable to allow them to come over to my house and have a drink, and we had a good conversation. Nothing seemed like it was off when we were conversing, right? So then the situation turns out to be, hey, your daughter can come spend a night with my daughter whenever they like. This is how situations like this tend to happen. She did what she could in order to, you know, make sure that these were good people. People have ulterior motives, and you have to watch out for that. And you also need to teach your kids that, so when they get into situations like this, they know how to react, they know how to respond, they know who to call. It's just like, hey, if a fire break out in your house, where does your kid run to? Okay, they don't run to the closet. Right, exactly. They need to escape, and that's basically what it is. You're training your kid for the real world. There are a lot of creeps out here, and she didn't know that they were creeps, but at the end of the day, the child did what the child had to do. When the child saw the red flags, she picked up that phone.
So they took Brinley into a room to talk to her and do the forensic interview, and the detectives told Rachel and myself that they had received something that was pretty concerning from a concerned family member, and it was a text message that the concerned family member found whenever she saw some red flags and decided to look in the mom's phone to disprove her suspicions. And she found a message saying, oh my God, baby, you're gonna be so excited, your dreams are coming true. Bryn, which is my daughter, is staying the night. Get the cameras ready, with clapping hand emojis. And he said, for sure get the cameras ready. Don't let her shower until I get there. So, during the forensic interview, we found out that she took 3 baths. So based off of that message, we pretty well know that she was being recorded. And that led to him being arrested 3 different times. He has been in jail since March 15th of 2024 on 1 obstruction of justice charge and either 17 or 21 counts of CSAM. If you don't know what that is child blank assault material. The woman who pretty much handed my child over on a silver platter is still free as a bird, playing victim. We later found out that they were both on drugs, pretty much everything under the sun, prescription drugs and street drugs. And the mother, because they did not find any evidence of my daughter, is still free. Now, if they found any evidence of my daughter, she would have charges, but because she got a lawyer, they claim that nothing can be done because they have not found anything of my daughter. So that is the hell that we have been living for the past year and 2 months, going on 3 months. And I just don't understand how people can get away with these types of things. I mean, there is so much more that has came out. We pretty well know that he had a buyer for whatever he was attempting to obtain of my daughter. I mean, I'm sure he was able to get it, but he knew, or they knew, that the family that was staying with them was on to them and what they were doing. And so, number one, they had plenty of time to get rid of any evidence. They also destroyed both of their phones. We have no idea what devices weren't recovered. I really just feel like the justice system is failing us, and because they have not found anything specifically of my daughter, even though the message that started all of this was, oh my God, baby, your dreams are coming true. Brenna, stay in the night and get the cameras ready and don't let her shower until I get there.
The nurse has set this up and she's not in jail. That's a huge issue. And so she was saying, hey, you know, if I could get any lawyers to help me out, X, Y, and Z. Hey, y'all go ahead and step up to the plate, because at the end of the day, this is a grand slam right here. She's sending messages. She's communicating about what's going on. Hey, she's here. Don't let her shower. Okay, boom. And then she took 3 baths. I mean, so there has to be some type of video footage. The physician assistant is over there handing the kids vapes, letting them curse, doing X, Y, and Z, trying to make them feel like they're grown. But who could imagine getting a phone call from their child saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable over here. What are you gonna do when it comes down to my child? Oh yes, I'm gonna make sure that they return home safely, and we're gonna rectify the issue. You best believe that. Let me know how y'all feel about this video down below, because this is on a whole nother level of sick. We got a nurse. We have a physician assistant. They're taking care of people, okay? They're making sure that everything is working A1 or whatever the case may be. Hey, let me check your heart rate. The whole time they're creeps. To put it all into perspective, I think Donald Trump said that he had a special place for these type of people to go to. Hey, Big Don, come on now. You know what to do with them two. They need to be sent out of this country into prison for life. That's just what it is, okay? Especially when you dealing with kids, that's a whole nother sickness. Then to top it off, people will judge a book based off of its cover, right? You look at me, you would be like, oh, he's a thug, he's this, he's that. You don't know me. Don't judge me. I'm actually a nice person at heart, you know? But you won't know that just by walking past me. You'll be like, oh my gosh. Clutch your purse, Jackie. I'm looking at the comments right here. They said his name is Daniel Barlett. The phones were broken. That's not an excuse. If the police wants to find incriminating evidence, there is a way to get into that broken phone and retrieve all of the information that was sent, that was received, all of the that's not an excuse. That's just like a plane flying and it crashes. Oh, we gotta go to the black box. From me listening to that BS, I believe that this could be a cover-up to save said people from prison for sure. I mean, my man, he's in jail right now as we speak, but at the end of the day, without all of the evidence, he won't be doing a lot of time. So the question is, would you allow your child to go to a sleepover? Why and why not? Let's go to the comments. It says, if she's a nurse, you should send everything you have to the state licensing board and see if you can get her license revoked. I totally agree with that. Somebody else said, I am against all forms of sleepovers. Family, friends, their house, my house, summer camps. If that's how you feel, then hey, I agree. It is what it is. So what is happening to the poor little friend that is in that house? Exactly. She made a perfect statement right there. So what is happening to the poor little friend that is in that house? When you think about what's happening within that house during the sleepover, just imagine what could possibly be going on in that house, right? Her daughter. She probably don't even care about her daughter. People are crazy. People are freaks. 14 months for only him? That is a crime in itself. I totally agree. 14 months, the system is such a failure. I am sorry, mama. Living in this time, it's a lot of sick people out here, and it's only getting worse. And you want to know why? Because the pills you taking, the drugs, the medicine that you're consuming, and on top of that, the worst drug, media. You're taking this in. They're telling people, hey, it's okay if you do this. It's okay if you do that. It's okay if... No, it's not. Not in this house. It's not okay. So listen, I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all be smooth. Y'all be safe. Until next time.